I do like how it gives you a recap every time you load in. It's kind of cool.
Sam, Tarman here. I want you to take a good look at the DHV Magellan. Her main cannons are operational, and it's all thanks to you. Contact us whenever you require fire support, and we'll be sure to oblige.
Did you take...
So it's the same place as the Doll Man. Okay.
Look at that post from the Southern Environmental Observatory on the SSS. It seems ghost mechs are active in their local region, and the tar currents there are still in a rather chaotic state. This is Higgs's doing, all in service to a greater plan. We shouldn't underestimate him either, Sam. Let's take care on our way to Hartman's lab.
Okay. My blood bags are good. What's up, Ogrenaut? Met Yeller coming in for a resub over on Twitch for the second month in a row with a good morning message. Thank you, Met Yeller. Glad you found things entertaining enough to come back for a second month in a row. Appreciate it. This one has a grenade launcher on it. Excuse me. Do I have to? Am I carrying 2 machine guns? Assault rifle, machine gun, sniper rifle, assault rifle. No, it's one. Oh, I gotta go all the way back to Hartman's lab. Shit, I gotta travel, don't I? Um, Mick Yeller says, didn't realize 28 years later was out on digital till I got a notification about your review. That's not gonna watch it later. Yeah, it was, I didn't think Chris was gonna like it because she doesn't really like zombie movies, and I know it's not a zombie movie, but it's still in that vein. And she started off going, "Oh no, you're making me watch a zombie horror movie," and I was like, "Just I gotta do it for YouTube." She was like, "All right, fine, but you owe me," and I was like, "All right, I owe you a couple of movies after this." But then we got done watching it, and she said that was actually pretty good, and I was like, "Really?" She's like, "There's movies that came before this," and I was like, "Yes," and she said, "I wouldn't mind watching the first one," and I was like, "We might watch the first one because I haven't seen the first one since it was in theaters years ago." I was genuinely surprised that she liked it. So the ending freaked me. Like I was not.
Good day, Sam. Drawbridge
The
credentials
ending is
verified.
weird.
Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that
It's like it just goes into this like heavy metal. Yeah, it's weird. The trippy thing was like that actor. I already know he plays a good bad guy because in Sinners, which we just watched about a month ago, he plays the Irish vampire. Uh, and I was like, okay, so I already know this guy's gonna do a good job at like being sinister. Okay, I mean, there's nothing for it here. I just need to take the road. Dude, there's a that is a long ass drive. I don't know how the hell I'm getting over there. I know I've got zip lines. It looks like we've got a bunch of zip lines over through here, which also take me all the way down through here on the ridge line and take me down to here. And then it looks like I could connect a couple of additional. The problem is I don't know if I'm going to need my truck all the way over there. And I can't take my vehicle over the mountains. Like I feel like I'm well and truly fucked with this. I got to go all the way back across and I can't take the Magellan. I need to think about this for a minute. If I could get up to here, I've got zip lines that would take me all the way up the ridge line and down the ridge line to here and then down to here because I know I've got a zip that'll get me all the way down to here. And then it looks like I could hop over here connect to a zip line, which gets me down to here. And there's another one right down there. There's a garage at the Pizza Chef. I think...
Disengaging weapons restriction.
I could borrow someone's truck at Hartman's Lab. Yeah, that's what I think. I do have the beach jump, but I hate the idea of leaving everything and having to refabricate. I'm really stubborn about that. Because then I have to drop everything and remake everything when I get back to Hartman's Lab. That would probably be the quickest thing to do. But I don't know that I'm going to have the materials back at Hartman's Lab to remake all the things that I need to remake. And I have, like, weapons and blood bags, and it's just a big pain in the ass to do that. I'm willing to bet that I can get up through this camp on the bike. So let's just... Blood bags, weapons on the tool rack. Really? Grenades come too. I didn't know that. I haven't used the teleportation here. Oh, that was weird. I haven't used the teleportation here because it was so... I didn't like using it in the first game. Because you lose everything.
Hey! What?
Let me do a save and see what comes with me. Wait, this is... Yeah, it is. This thing right here, right? Yeah. All currently carried cargo will be placed in this facility's private locker. Oh, well that takes a excuse me. That brings a lot more with you than I remember the first game allowing you to have. Yeah, so I've got my assault rifle, which is great. Got my grenade pistol, which is fine. I got my boots, grenades, I got my blood bags. Oh, that's way less scary than I thought it was going to be because I remember the first game like it didn't take anything with you.
Anyway, I want to keep you. Once again, Sam, I'm sorry we couldn't bring you straight here on the DHV Magellan. That was one hell of a trip, and you must be absolutely knackered. Be sure to take as long as you need to rest before tackling more work. All right? For my part, I'll have a crack at assessing several potential routes for your next main order. We can discuss them when we take a look at the map later on. As for the cargo, I'll let Charlie tell you all about it.
Sam, this is Charlie. Network infrastructure between the Southern Environmental Observatory and Terminal Fort Knott has been disabled for reasons unknown, though we strongly suspect Ghostmech's sabotage is to blame. To address this, we've decided to reroute network traffic through the S7 North Distribution Center. However, the distance is too great for us to establish a direct connection at this time. That being the case, we'll need to utilize the way stations situated between the two sites. The device required to activate them is stored at this facility. Collect it before embarking on your journey to the distribution center. You know what to do, Sam. We'll rendezvous on site later.
Don't know how I had stuff to be delivered, but okay.
Oh, we've met. You might remember. Have some. Hardman and I have. My research. Allow me to review. I see you found a missing cargo of mine. I've made great strides in my work thanks to you, and want to give you this data as thanks. I am increasing the amount of materials you can use.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The schematic it boasts increase. It's one of the I think there's still you know, Sam. I can hear the waves. This is what left. As I immersed I had developed. I know. I hope I can call on you.
Order completed. Well done.
What's up, Thandar? Ogrenaut says in this game you deliver packages. It's the bulk of what you do is you deliver things, but there's a lot more than that. You're also getting things. There's action. There's sneak combat. There's a lot of different things that you do in here. But the bulk of the gameplay loop is that yes, you're moving things from point A to point B and like connecting bases together, but you're also building zip lines and building highways and there's a lot going on. There's monorails, different vehicles. You're upgrading your vehicles. like when you start off the game, like I can't make all of these weapons. When you start the game, you can make a pistol, I think a rifle, and that's it. And then like you earn all of these additional weapons through gameplay. Okay, it's 35 kilos.
Listen up, Sam. The F7 North Distribution Centre is a long ways away, and by my reckoning, there's a number of different viable routes. The shortest, most direct path would involve you cutting through the snowy mountains, a dangerous proposition to say the least. You might find zip lines, ladders, and other structures en route to make your life a little easier, but without those conveniences, you'll need to make that deadly trek the hard way. If you're still keen, make sure you pack all the mountain climbing essentials and then some. Alternatively, you could forego the mountain route and circle round to take advantage of the roads to the east. Though if they're still in disrepair, or there aren't any bridges or other structures available, you'll need to come prepared to put in some work. Finally, heading west around the mountains would mean retracing your steps and going back the way you came. A fair few porters have already made use of that route since you paved the way. I imagine you'll find it easier going than the first time through. That route will also bring you close to the monorail. Get it up and running, and you can catch a ride too. Ultimately though, the route you take and the methods you utilize are entirely up to you. So take a moment to weigh your options and prepare as you deem fit.
Now, unless it's fallen into disrepair, I do have... Yeah, that's not the monorail I'm thinking of. Man. This is going to be a hard decision to make. It looks like I could go over here. Somebody's got a zip line from here up to here. But I don't know if it connects any higher than that. I would hate to get stranded on the rocks. Fuck, man, I'll tell you what, it looks like my best option would be to go around here. The monorail's not built. But then there's zip lines going up through here, at least to here. And then I could go up and over. There's some zip lines. See, I built these zip lines right here. These ones up this ridge line, I built. You can, because they're in, these are mine. So if I, from the distribution center, I could take at least a little bit up here, and then I could maybe build a couple of connecting zip lines, zip down to here, go on up to here, and then just drop down straight through here. That's probably the quickest, to be honest with you. Alright.
Commencing route creation.
It does show some BTs over here, but whatever. It does show this sort of built, though. So if I could make it to that... Let's just make it to that and see.
Delivery route finalized.
I'm only interested in the Battlefield 6 campaign, so I haven't really seen a reason to jump into the multiplayer stuff for this weekend. I don't need any of these things, to be honest with you.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Here goes nothing. I'm gonna go get more coffee before we set out. All right. What's up, Voice ZA? Okay.